Hi there, this is Kaayla from Kayla's Korner. I have made a quick stop here. I am in Port Arthur, Texas, at a place called Sea Kim State Park. So you might be able to see the sign there. This is a day use permit required section. However, I was in there a little earlier. The mosquitoes are vicious. They said they're not too bad during the day. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. There's a little walkway up there. I'm gonna quick take. Let's just see what's over there. Basically, though, I wanted to take a picture of this because this is all there is to do in Port Arthur. Port Arthur is a very industrialized city. This is the big petrochemical area, oil refineries. They're just, any street you go on, you're going through these refineries, these companies that, I'm going to tell you, my eyes were burning. I mean, it was tough to get through there. My eyes were literally burning. I can still smell that smell on my clothes, even though my windows were up, the air conditioner was on. And I'll tell you, if you need a job, they have them, and I'm sure they're good paying jobs. So that's one thing about the area. It's the big petrochemical companies, you know, Gulf Oil, Texaco, Valero refinery. I went by that. So there's tons of work here. But for recreation, there was one other state park, and if I can see what it was, I probably don't remember. But there was no cost to get into it because there's nothing there except another swarm of mosquitoes. But it was basically a fishing pier. I'll take pictures of it and post it because I do not know where it is at the moment. Anyway, so this is basically the Sea Rim State Park is your main recreational area. And I wanted to just have you take a look at it as much as I can because there's really so much to do here, or at least it's advertised as so much to do here. It is the far southeast corner of Texas. You have to drive quite a ways, which is good. It's away from everything. There's no houses out here. There's no industry out here. It's wide open. So you can camp in this park. There's birds, the whole birding thing, if you're into that. A swimming beach. You can fish, and this is the only place I have found, I believe, where you don't need a license to fish from the shore. So that's good. You can hunt here. In fact, they close the beach down in the fall so that you can hunt parts of the beach, not everything. You can canoe or kayak along the coast. This is right on the Gulf of Mexico here. And then there's this, it's called a Gambuzia, I believe it's called, nature trail boardwalk. So it goes through the actual marsh, and this is what I'm saying, there's mosquitoes. So also you can take horseback rides through this marsh, so that's good. So okay, I had to look this up. The other state park is called Walter Umphrey State Park, and it's in town. And like I say, I mean, the restrooms, there were no doors on it. It's not being kept up at all. The mosquitoes were everywhere, and all there is a really small pier. So if you were to come to Port Arthur and you do want to fish or enjoy the beach life at all, this Sea Rim State Park is where you want to go. So I'm going to take my chances here and walk out on this pier and hope I don't get eaten alive, just to see what's over it. Okay. So here's kind of an overview. Sea Rim State Park. You can see there's a couple of lakes. I mean, it is 5.2 miles of coastline beach. It says in 4,000 acres of marshland. So there is quite a bit. It looks like mostly you do need a boat of some type to get out to most of this area. From what I can see here, the camping and all is just in a very specific area here. So Yeah, so the rest of it looks like you really need a boat. Anyways, here's the pier that I just was showing you from the parking spot. And again, it does say that you're supposed to have a day use pass, but this doesn't go anywhere, so I really don't know why. So let's see if I can see something over the hill. So this is the top of the pier, and as you can see, there's ocean. There's the Gulf as far as the eye can see. So as I said, that's 5.2 miles of this. And there's swimming. There's all your beach activities, birding, horseback riding. It's okay. I mean, there's a ton of birds right here. It's only $3 to go through the park, so maybe I'll go ahead and see. We can see people fishing, see what I can find out. So if I'm on the pier, there's nothing's biting me yet. So I better get off while the getting's good. Just real quick too, as I'm getting off the pier here, I say marshland, they aren't kidding. It's just really swampy looking. I'm really surprised the mosquitoes aren't getting me. They just probably haven't found me yet. So yeah, let's go over inside the park and see what we can see. So before I went back to the park, state park, I drove down to the end of this road where the park was on. Came across this McFadden National Wildlife Refuge, which is open to the public, it looks like. So I might swing in there. As you can see, this is the end of the road. You are on the Gulf. You are in the furthest part of southeast Texas, pretty much. I mean, Louisiana is just across the bridge, basically. So we're at the very, very southeast end. So it was actually free to get in here. And there's a little fishing pier here. Got a couple of people fishing. So what are you doing? You're netting? Are you crabbing or? Crabbing. Is that what most people do out here? Is there fishing?
Redfish.
Oh, crayfish.
Redfish.
Redfish. Huh.
Where y'all from?
I'm from Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah.
It's hot in Arizona.
Yeah, it ain't too cool here either, though.
That's what they say. Arizona's a dry.
Oh, sure's my oven, but I don't sit in it and turn it on, you know. So what that gentleman just told me too is that state park that we'll venture into, I guess, in a little bit. It used to be really nice, but he said Harvey took that out, I guess, as well. Used to be big buildings, 3-story buildings, just nice areas that aren't there anymore. So as I turn the corner here on this section, you see there's a bridge that folks are fishing on. So I'm not really sure. Let's see if I can get some people to tell me about this. Are you trying to get crabs? Are you guys fishing or crabbing? Okay. Having any luck?
No, we ain't getting no meat on here. I don't know what happened.
Nothing yet? Somebody got some crabs here. Wow. That's pretty cool. What's that called? A blue crab, I'm going to guess, because it's blue? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's pretty cool. How many do you have to catch for a decent meal? A bunch.
15 a person, really.
Wow. So basically, that's what people do there. They fish, they crab. Coming back, I started heading back to the state park and past this area, where you can see you can just drive on the beach. I would probably suggest a 4-wheel drive. I'm just a little crazy, so I don't even know what I'm doing out here, but It's pretty deep, the sand, so I'm hoping I get out. But I think this is part of that 5.2 miles of sandy beach that they were talking about. So it is pretty, it's pristine. So, but for the fact that it's Monday, people are working. I think one of the reasons, I may be wrong, I'm not going to test it, but it looks like there's a drop off here. Looks like actually some of the cleanest beach, the water, of any that I've seen so far, but it looks like there's a drop off. I might be wrong. Yeah, so this is actually the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of the other beaches we were looking at, they're from bays, lakes, things like that. We are at the very tip of Texas, and this is all the Gulf of Mexico. So it's very, very pretty. All right, so we're back at Sea Rim State Park. And so again, there's a $3 admission fee. So we're gonna go ahead and pay that at the box up ahead and see what there is inside here. All right, so I do believe this is the boardwalk. All right, got a little sign here. Sign says, for your safety, do not crab near alligators. So you can see people have been crabbing here. Oh boy. Okay. All right, back on this boardwalk. It looks like it goes in a couple of different directions, maybe. So let's see what happens at the top of this. All right, so from the boardwalk, you can see out there the campers. There's RV camping. I did read where there's primitive tent camping as well. So this is from close to the end of the pier facing back to where we just paid our admission to get in. It's not really a big, long pier. And it goes right into the beach area. All right, so I'm at the beach. Gathering wood is prohibited. I'm not even really sure where driftwood is because all I see is a sandy beach, but okay. No lifeguard on duty. Possible undercurrents here, and glass is prohibited on beach. So again, I don't know who checks that, but here is the beach. So I'm in the water, and there's this beach. There's no drop-offs. I'm not very far into the water because there's fish jumping around me. But there's no dark spots. I might have been wrong about the other spot that I was filming in by the beach, but dang, there's fish like jumping all around me. But yeah, this seems to be shallow for quite a ways out. It does feel good though. It's warm. Not too keen on these fish, but and not a lot of people in the water either, which is strange. Maybe they know something, I don't know. But I'm getting out of the water. But anyway, so this is the beach area. Now, quite honestly, this is the same 5.2 miles of beach that we just looked at, just down the way that way, which was free to pull into and get out and use that beach area. So again, I'm not really sure why you would pay to come into this beach and walk the boardwalk to the beach. But again, like the gentleman said that was at the fishing pier, they used to have nice buildings. I guess they used to have concession stands. There was more to it before the hurricane wiped it out. So maybe just by habit, people are still coming to this beach. I don't know. But anyway, it is pretty. It's quiet. That's one thing. Again, the water, it feels nicer than most of the beaches, other beaches I've been at. But it's a nice place. It's $3, so I guess it's fine. Whew, okay. Side note. I'm back at the registration office. There's a restroom facility. Your $3 does not supply toilet paper. Luckily, I carry my own. Just saying. Alright, so this is the RV camping area. You can see there's not a lot of people here. Probably the fact that it's 2,000 degrees has something to do with that, and extremely humid. And there's not many spots, and as you can see, there's zero shade. So yeah, it would be rough. You don't see many people out unless they're setting up. Most people have to stay in their RVs if they're on site. Personally, I don't get it, but okay. So just past the RVs, I see this road. It looks like it goes to the beach. Same sign, yeah, it does, to the beach. So apparently you can drive on this part of the beach. And the sand was much harder than where I was before. So that's probably another reason. Although you could park and walk to the beach like I did. You didn't have to really go through a whole lot of that deep sand, but obviously this is way more convenient. Yeah, so this is way more convenient and safer. I probably can't tell from the video, but the sand is packed in really hard. I'm not having any problem. It's just like driving on a regular street here. So this would be, to me, I guess, unless you don't want your car on the sand, but I'm telling you, if you're driving down here, just in the area, you're gonna have sand. But you can have your car right here, and you can set up your tents and have your picnics, and you're right in the water, right on top of the water. So this makes it worth the $3 right here. This versus that boardwalk, there's no comparison really. This is where to be. I mean, personally, I'd rather be here in March or April, but if you're gonna come to the beach in Port Arthur, yeah, this is pretty cool. And the other thing that's good here, I just found showers, and I am drenched. The reason I'm not on this video is I look like a drowned rat. It has been hot here today, so they've got hoses here. So that's good. So that's like a little shower thing. I'm going to take advantage of it here in a second. And it looks like if you catch some fish, they've got a place here where you can clean your fish. They've got hoses here. Also a good thing. So yeah, it's $3. So I'm convinced that it's worth it. It is a bit of a drive from town. However, it does have a nice beach. You can drive on the beach, which I would do, and bag the boardwalk, personally. Just my opinion. Just drive on it. Get right up close to the water. You've got everything you need in your car right there. And it makes for a nice day. So again, it's Sea Rim State Park, very southeast corner, Port Arthur, Texas. And so that's that. So this is the last stop. Oh no, actually there's a museum I'm gonna see before we leave Texas. I'll see if there's anything worth filming there. It's a Janis Joplin's psychedelic Porsche or whatever she drove. It's supposed to be a lot of musicians from the area. I guess Janis Joplin was actually born in Port Arthur. So I'm gonna see that, and that's it. I've spent the last 2 months here in Texas. It's been amazing. But now it's time to move on, and I'm at the border of Louisiana, and that is the next state. I'm not hitting New Orleans. Sorry guys, it's a great place, but I was just there in March. Plus, I've been there for Mardi Gras. I've been there many times. It's awesome. Maybe someday when I come through and do maybe bigger cities, but right on this trip, I'm just looking for pretty much small towns and what there is to do in them. So that's it. We'll see the museum, and then we're off to see the small towns in Louisiana. If you want to see those places, if you want to follow me, find some interesting places you might put on your to-do list, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to it, and follow me to the other towns. Thanks. Bye.